stay low key.
Hello loves, and welcome back to Life with Shakisha. Welcome back to another vlog, y'all. So before we get into today's video, again, I want to welcome back all of my subscribers. Y'all already know it is mad love here. And if you are new to the channel and this is your first time tuning in or even hearing of me, welcome. Thank you for scrolling on through to my channel. But while you're here, do me a favor and go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you never miss any of my videos. All right, you guys, so happy Monday. Yes, happy Monday. The last Monday of June. The last Monday of the second half of the year. Y'all, this year is flying by. So today I am out and about. It is almost 12 o'clock. And look, y'all have probably never seen my nails like this before. I am getting my nails done, but I'm getting a full set. It is time. And normally around anniversary time, I do go ahead and, you know, I like to get a fresh set of nails. Just because, you know what I'm saying, I'm celebrating another year of marriage on July 1st, which is Saturday. And you know, gotta be fresh. Don't really know what we're doing this year. I know this year we just been kind of being low-key on a lot of certain things because we have some goals that we're trying to reach, and with the new business and things like that, you know, sometimes you got to put a pause, not stop, but put a pause on things just so you can get to that next level. But anyway, so yeah, I'm on the way to get my nails done. Don't really have a lot going on this week. Well, I mean, I got a couple of things that I have planned for this week, in which my weekly vlogs typically consist of Mondays and Tuesdays. Not unless Tuesday I don't end it or whatever the case may be, but I call them weekly vlogs, and I'm only going over this if you're new to the channel. I call them weekly vlogs just because it is what the top of my week looks like, you know what I'm saying, and how I get myself prepared for work at the salon and the things that I have to do for myself and my family on my only 2 real off days. I am off Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, but I have been I have been doing some clients on Tuesdays for the past couple of months, and this is a week where I have to go in on Tuesday. So I am running a little behind. Let me text now real quick. Hold on. Yeah, Lord God, let me make this light. Let me make this light. Let me make this light. Light. Okay. So anyway, so what's on the agenda for today? Today's plan is to get my nails done. I am supposed to meet my niece for lunch at Napa Kitchen. If for some reason she flakes on me, I'm gonna still go ahead and go and just enjoy myself. And then that's about it. I didn't vlog at all last week, but I did vlog that week of Father's Day. So I actually just finished editing it, and it's currently exporting right now so I can upload it on YouTube, and it'll be scheduled to air on Wednesdays. Wednesdays and or Sundays are my upload days, just depending on how my week goes. If I don't get a vlog up or any type of video up by Wednesday, you'll definitely have one on Sunday. But I did say that I was going to take a week off, and I think I did mention that in that vlog that you should have seen by the time you've seen this. So yeah, so that's pretty much it today. I don't have any happy mail. I did do a Temu haul, in which that should also be up by the time you see this video. I am wearing, look, I got those Bottega dupes that everybody is, you know, just having to have. And I love jewelry, and because I don't wear much because I'm at the salon, I do like to, you know, get things that are different. I'm typically I'm wearing hoops. If I don't wear hoops, I wear my diamond studs. And then here lately, I've been doing like the smaller hoop earrings. So I thought these were real cute. I got them in silver as well. And I did leave a link in my previous video, but I'll leave a link in here as well, so you can get you a pair or two or three or four. But yeah, these are super cute. I thought they would be different, because when I wear my earrings with this hair, you really can't see them that much anyway, and I just decided to do something a little bit different. So I'm not going to talk your head off in the beginning of this vlog. I can't find my mini tripod because I was wanting to film me getting my nails done. I probably won't do that because the tripod that I have, it's compact, but it's just, I don't know, I just feel like it's just too big. But I will vlog when I go to the restaurant. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking and get to my appointment, and I will see y'all at the restaurant. Nope, I will see y'all to show y'all my nails. Y'all know I got to show y'all my nails after I get it done. So yeah, so I'm feeling a lot better than I did last week and the week before that. Walking in and being, well, I need gas. Walking in and being what's the word for? Being in this season of solitude has been a blessing, because it has shown me that it's okay to put me first. I always feel so guilty, like normally, so like when I was getting myself ready for the day or whatever, I saw my husband had put the chicken on, and normally that means chicken and waffles. And normally I would be like, oh my gosh, I gotta make sure I cook before I leave the house. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to make sure they were straight, and then causing myself to then be, you know what I'm saying, overwhelmed and rushing to do what I need to do. Man, I'm super late. Oh my gosh, I hope she don't kill me. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna vlog while I'm in there, because I don't want that to be a distraction. But yeah, so settling in my season of solitude has definitely been amazing. And it's been showing me that nobody's going to lack. Nobody's going to feel neglected if I take care of myself first. So that's what I've been doing. And I've been loving it. And it's been filling my cup. I don't have to rely on, you know what I'm saying, my husband or my friends or my family to balance out the decrease that I have been feeling. Like, you know, so often we put the weight of our lack and the weight of our emotions on people that got their own stuff that they're dealing with. And, you know, yes, you have a partner in life, you have friends, you have family that you want to be able to talk to, but sometimes that heaviness, you got to give it to God. His word says, take my burden and give me yours. Like, I've talked about this before. Like, we want to carry the weight of our stuff and then the weight of everybody else's stuff, and then when we wonder why don't nobody ask us how we doing or be like, let me help you, we want to get mad. But we can't, because it's somebody that got their arms wide open to receive all of the stuff that is too much for us. So that's just what I've been doing. you know, with this weather, I haven't been able to go walking at the park, which I'm kind of sad about that. I didn't get to do that yesterday. But it is what it is. So I'm pulling up on the scene. Let me go. And when I come back, I will have a fresh set of nails. All right, loves. I am back in the car. Ew. 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 I will insert the picture of the inspiration to this look. And I always tell y'all this, but my nail tech, period. Hey, listen. When I show her a picture, like, the one thing that I love about her, she gonna try to get it as exact as the picture as she possibly can. And I always tell her, I'm like, no pressure. I was like, let this be an inspiration. Do it your way. But she be like going in. And so my hands are a little dry. I need some lotion. But here's the thing. I showed her the pictures, and like, I didn't want the colors because I wasn't too fond of that green and that yellow. So, you know, she has a plethora of colors. So we picked the colors that I liked, and she's always like spot on, like, for real. My hands are so dry. I don't think I got no lotion in this car. No lotion, but I got my Dove hand sanitizer, which has moisturizer in it. But anyway, so I absolutely love my nails. Like, I don't know how I have gotten to this season of I need designs. Like, she be killing it with it. Like, her work is unmatched. I have been to a mini nail techs. I even went to this one, like, I absolutely love the way she did my nails, but I don't want to have to always get powder color when I get my nails done. And that was always the case with this particular nail tech. Like, she didn't have regular gel polishes, in which the powder colors work amazing because you don't have to worry about them like chipping. But I never have that problem with my nail polish, with my gel polish when I go to NAM. Like, never, ever, 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 ever. So I need gas. Ugh. And I don't know if I got enough to make it somewhere. I'm trying to think. Anyway, I'm gonna go to this bank and deposit this cash real quick. But I got my full set. I got the design that I wanted. I'm happy. Now I'm on the way to meet my niece for lunch. I was gonna stop at Walmart. Like, it's two things on my list that I procrastinate. I still have not called T-Mobile. Listen, I don't know when that's gonna happen. Still have not called T-Mobile. Gotta go over there and get gas. Still haven't called T-Mobile. It's just, and it's not a whole avoiding the bill, because I know I owe it, but I don't like the way they are making me owe it. They were supposed to add that onto my monthly bill on the new account. Everything was supposed to be transferred, and they didn't transfer everything. And so, yeah. And I really, really got to be in the mood to deal with them, and I'm not, especially with everything that I'm going through. Like, my mind can't talk to them right now. But I'm about to make this bank deposit. Is this extra money? What the world? You know, I'll make this bank deposit, try to find me a gas station real quick, just to at least put enough to get me across the other side. And then I will see y'all at Napa Kitchen. But honor you. We thank you for this time of friendship, fellowship, sisterhood, niecehood, aunthood, all of the above, Lord God. We pray that this food be nourishing to our bodies and our soul, Lord God. And we love you and we honor you in Jesus' name. Amen. Hey love, so I am back home. Lunch was amazing. Always love it when I can sit with my niece and break bread. So she is my heavenly best friend's daughter. She's one of 4. She's a fraternal twin, and her fiance owns Mike's Jazz Cafe. I don't know if I've talked about that restaurant on this channel or not. I took my mom there for Mother's Day, and my husband and our sons, we went there for Father's Day. I haven't been in the past couple of weeks, but I normally go pretty frequently after work. On like Saturdays, if my husband is doing a training session out of town, I'll go if I get off of work a little bit late, because their hours are Wednesday through Sunday, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. So make sure y'all check them out. They do have live jazz music on some Sundays, but make sure you follow them on social media. And I'll leave the name of their business. It's Mike's Jazz Cafe on Facebook, Instagram, and that's their website name. So make sure y'all check them out if y'all are here from Richmond, Virginia. They are a new business that's in the fan in Richmond, Virginia. Black owned, a couple that should be hopefully getting married really soon. I can't wait for the wedding. I'm just so proud of her, and I know her mom will be proud of her. My best friend, she was so many things, but her passion was cooking. She catered, she did events, and I'm pretty sure, you know, if she would have been delivered on this side of Zion from cancer, she would be right in that restaurant with her daughter and her soon-to-be son-in-law. But I know her presence is there. It lingers, and it is tasted through every bite of her food. So y'all make sure y'all check out Mike and Kai. Their restaurant is, again, Mike's Jazz Cafe. But I wanted to come in here real quick. So I don't have to go to work tomorrow, so that's kind of a good thing, because I need to do my laundry. And then I need to do some business things for a couple of new clients. I'm trying to start to take on more, I don't even know what I would call it. I'm trying to be more on the business side to help, you know, people with their businesses, whether it be making standard logos, business card designs for digital or print. So I'm trying to possibly grow that business because it's something that I can just do sitting here. Doesn't require a lot of manual labor. So I'm just in that season of finding the things that, and I mean, excuse me, I'm not tooting my own horn, but anything that I put my hands to, I'm pretty much good at. Now, just because I'm good at it does not mean that's something that I should do. So in this season, in this quarter of my life, this last quarter, this last third quarter in my 40s, it is very important for me to find things that will benefit me financially, as well as benefit my family legacy, and as well generate additional income that's not going to require me to leave out my house and have to clock in and things like that. So it's a lot of things that I'm testing to do and trying to figure out, and it definitely takes a lot of time because you just don't want to do the stuff off of the top of your head. You want to write it down. Like the scripture says in Habakkuk, write the vision, make it plain. So at an appointed time, a runner can run on with it. And whether it's you running on with that vision that God has given you to write down, or whether it is creating it to hire people to do it for you at the appointed time, whatever the case may be, it is so important to write things down and to keep it to yourself sometimes. Because a lot of times, and it's bigger than people taking your idea, it's just about when people get a morsel of something that you are passionate about, they will pray against it from succeeding. People are, unfortunately, we live in a world where there is good and evil. You know what I'm saying? It's no way that you can avoid it. We live in a world where it's good and evil. There's light and darkness. It just is what it is. And I watched it was a Instagram story or maybe a reel, and I don't want to botch it up, but I look at life like this. I look at life like how the guy kind of put it together, like the analogy, because like I'm an analogy person. So when I hear somebody else throw out some fire analogies, I'm like, yes. So he was talking about how a villain and a hero, their purpose is driven by the same thing.
Villains and heroes actually have the exact same backstory. The villain story and the backstory of the hero are pain.
Yes.
The hero is almost always an orphan in some way. They're orphaned. The villain, if you'll watch the movie closely, screenwriters will put a scar on their face, a limp, some sort of speech impediment. What they're indicating is that this person has a painful backstory. So the difference between the villain and the hero is one thing. It's how they respond to pain. And the villain says, the world hurt me, I'm going to hurt it back. And the hero says, the world hurt me, I'm not going to let this happen to anybody else.
Wow.
It's just literally how you decide to react to pain that causes you to be the villain or the villain.
And what he was saying is, so with the hero, something negative happened to that hero, and it hurt him or her so bad, they want to go out and save other people from experiencing that same type of hurt. The villain experiences the same exact hurt as the hero, but he is so, or she is so angry about what happened, that villain goes after everyone that represents that pain that they went through. So that's the same thing in life. You know, we have so many things that we aspire to do, and a lot of us have a lot of similar ideas. Like, I'm not the only hairstylist. I'm not the only one that wants to create digital products or, basic look. I'm not the only one, but you have someone else that wants to do that same thing too. And instead of them being like, you know what, way to go, I'm doing it too, they want to go and be negative towards you. Like, that's the way of the world. You have the villain mindset and the hero mindset. You have the helper and then the taker. It's always two sides of everything. Even though the villain story didn't tie into my scenario, but I was trying to show you how there are two sides to every coin. It's a coin. It's a coin. But on one side, you got the face. On one side, you got the tails. The coin is the coin. It just depends on what side of that coin you want to be on. You want to be on the good. You want to be on the bad. You want to be on the inspiring or the, dream stiller. Like, what side of that coin you want to be on. You can't be both. You can't be both sides of the coin. There's no same side coins. It just isn't. Even with dollar bills, there's always another side to that bill. At the end of the day, it is what it is. It's a bill. It's a coin. But what side of it you going to choose? So, I mean, that's the same way with God. Are you going to choose to follow God's word or go against it? Are you going to decide to choose Jesus so you can have eternal life, or choose the devil and only have your earthly rewards? You got to choose. And I choose life. I choose inspiration. I choose joy. I choose light. I choose cheering you on, even when you're trying to villainize me. But anyway, I say all that to say is I got time to do some things tomorrow, since I don't have to go into work, in which I'm not sad about it. Yes, you know, I'm not getting that coinage, but it allows me to maximize my Tuesday, because I do have quite a couple of things, quite a few, not a lot, but I have some things that's going to take the bulk of my morning, my afternoon. I have to go to my dermatologist just so she can look me over, renew my prescriptions for my clobetasol, because really that's all I really need, because it's almost like pretty much everything is managed. So I have to do that. And then at 11, I have my esthetician appointment to get my wax. I need to figure out how in that flow to get my feet done, because my feet needs to be done desperately. I think, let me look, because I feel like people have been starting to book on this day. Hold on, let me see something. Yep, I have to go to work tomorrow. But that's the only thing, like the way I did my scheduling, I'm going to see if I can, because my doctor's appointment is on the same side of town where I work, but my wax appointment is on this side of town where I live. And, you know, I be trying to figure out this gas thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to go back and forth. And I could potentially push my wax appointment off, because it's really not that bad. Let me see. So yeah, so let me see if I can finagle a couple of things, because if I can get in and do my wax on, Thursday, because right now I don't have anybody for Thursday morning. If I can do that, then I'll just cancel for tomorrow. And then what I'll do is, after I do my dermatology appointment, find somewhere to get a pedicure, and then just go to the shop and do her hair. And then I'll be back home by like 3, which will still give me the afternoon, well, the late afternoon, early evening to finish the things that I need to finish on Tuesday. So, and I do have to finish that scripture writing and reading plan for Mary Martha Plans. We're doing Season of Solitude. So I have a few more scriptures. Actually, I have a lot more scriptures. Let me see. Yeah, so I need to get 14 more scriptures, in which I can get probably most of that part done, because what we decided to do, just to make the process of creating our reading plan easier, is just to use the same template, just maybe change up the color of the background and stuff here and there. So yeah, so I got 14 more scriptures. So when I get off of here with y'all, I'm going to focus on these scriptures first, get those done. And then once that's done, I'm going to work on the business cards for this new and up and coming business. They haven't, like, they're straight out of high school. They're starting their business, going straight into entrepreneurship, and I love it. So I'm creating some business cards for them. My friend has been bugging me to create her logo. So I told her I was going to send her like 3 or 4 different fonts for her to choose from, so we can start from there. So I feel like I can get all that stuff done. I do need to edit my Temu video, which I have up over here, because I kind of move stuff around, because you said I got this new plate over here. So yeah, so I'm going to give myself an 8 o'clock cutoff to do all the stuff that I need to do. I haven't even been in my planner. I haven't planned in my planner in over a couple of weeks. Excuse me. I am rather tired, and I do gotta get up early. So let me actually first, before I do that, I need to get on Bombshell's website, see about this appointment, because I have to make it make sense. The price of gas and things like that, it just doesn't make sense for me to get over, and then I gotta rush back over to the West End. I gotta make it make sense. And for real, the Shaboinka, she's all right. Trust me, she's all right. If I have to push it for next week, I'll push it for next week. But we will go ahead and do that. Hopefully they'll let me do it. I do have another Temu order, which is actually, because I do have an affiliate code for Temu. And so there's a couple of household items that I ordered that I've been wanting for a while. But when I was able to order it and have it sponsored by them, I figured, why not get that stuff from them? I have like an eyelash or something in my eye. I don't know what it is. That's why I keep fooling with it. It's so irritating. Yeah. Let's see. All right, let me get this stuff straight. I will come back and let y'all know what ended up happening. Oh, but before I go, I did show this in my Temu haul video, but y'all, this fragrance right here I got off on Amazon, and it smells so good. It's a unisex spray, and I even let little man try it, and he liked the way it smelled. I mean, just look how that lighting is like not giving me life right now. Hold on, let's see. But look how rich the bottle looks, and it's super heavy, and look how it just sprays out. Let me see. Y'all ready? I sprayed it on my face, but it just puffs out, and it's so like, it's a really good fragrance. I will leave the link in the bio. Now they do have like different links with different prices. I'm gonna leave the link for the one that I have. The price was a very good price point. I think this is the 2 ounce, in which it's perfect to travel with, perfect size. So, and I just keep it in this packaging because I just think it is divine. It is so nice. But this is a Amber Oud. It's a Haraman, Al Haraman. They've been making fragrances since 1970, and this is the gold edition, and this is the Amber Oud. And I actually ran across this. One of my favorite YouTubers had posted it and on her stories, and I was like, oh my gosh, like she's going ham, eggs, and bacon, so it's got to be good. So I picked that up. So let me go, because I've been rambling too much, and I need to go ahead. I'm giving myself an 8 o'clock time cut off to do all the things that I need to do for the rest of the night, and then I will check back in with you all later. All right, love. So I am going to end today's portion of the video. I will be back tomorrow. So a couple updates, and also I want to give you an update on some of the Temu items that I shared in my haul video. That video will probably come out after, I don't know, I might give you a 2-for-1. This just depends on if I finish editing that video tonight. But hold on, who texted me? Okay, so couldn't reschedule my wax appointment, and I couldn't cancel it either because it's less than 24 hours, which is understandable. So I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet. Y'all see a storm is about to brew. Well, it's brewing, but I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and just like double back, because one, it's the service that the girl booked is actually, it's how can I say this? I keep pulling my hair. I feel like I look like a little Navajo Indian or something. I'm not trying to be racist. I just feel like I look like a little Indian. But anyway, so she booked a high dollar service, which was actually more than what my evening client had booked. So it kind of worked itself out. And I'll still get out of work early. If my 4 o'clock would have still came, well, my 4:30 would still came, I would have still had to come back to the West End, but I would have had that time in between. So my plan tomorrow is I'm gonna get up, go to my dermatologist appointment, come back on this side of town, go get my wax, and then go straight to work from there. Her appointment is at 12. I should be done with her hair no later than 2. Because she's just getting a healthy hair maintenance package. And I believe, let me see. And on my scheduling site, I have a time frame for each service, but that's the max time. So yeah, so her appointment should be done by, based on the max time, she'll be done by 2:20, 2:30, but she'll probably be done sooner than that because she's actually natural, so she'll be doing a blowout. So yeah, so I should be home by 3. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do is when I leave in the morning, because we're still waiting on our washer and dryer. We finally picked up what we wanted and ordered it. So I'm gonna have to go to the laundromat, and like I have to wash my clothes every week, especially my work stuff. Like I wear sweats and t-shirts every day at work, so I need to make sure I have that stuff available. So in the morning, I'm gonna put that in the car, so when I get home, stop and put my clothes in the laundry, in the wash machine, and then come back to in the house, do what I gotta do. So tomorrow will still be a very productive day for the salon and for my at-home things that I need to do. So with all that being said, I had opened this bottle of wine in the last vlog, and I opened the Syrah. So this one is a Cabernet. Hold on. And until I start doing more my Wine Down Wednesday videos again, I'm just gonna share with y'all what I'm drinking, based on, you know, whatever day I'm filming. So this is a Bressandis Cabernet Sauvignon. It has a vintage of 2020, and this is a Chilean wine. It's out of Chile. Bottle, just basic bottle. It does have a cork where you have to use the cork, and y'all, I'm getting really good with that what they call a chef's corkscrew. Like, only thing that I need to master is cutting the foil. And what I do now, I can't remember whose video that I saw, because I used to have a Instagram wine page, but I decided to get rid of that. But anyway, but what they do is they slice it down the middle and then take it around the lip of this. So they slice it, bring it down, and go like that. So I'm getting better with that. But this unscrewing that joint, you can't tell me nothing, okay? So anyway, so this is a ABV, alcohol by volume, of, I want to say it's probably like 14% because it is kind of bold. Let's see. Yeah, it's 14%. And the notes on this, and I'll leave it in the comments as well. Not in the comments, but on the screen somewhere with a photo of the bottle. This is, let's see. So it's on the nose. It has aromas of ripe cherries interlayered with delicate notes of black pepper and cocoa. And it has fine tannins. So basically tannins are kind of like the acidity. But it's good. It's not one of my favorite Cabernets. But I do have one more bottle because I ended up buying another one, not realizing this was the one that I already had. But definitely you can tell that this is a high alcohol. I don't know if you can see, probably not. These little lines, those are what we call tears of the glass. If they go down slow, it is normally at least 13 to 14.5% ABV. I haven't seen a lot of wines that has had higher than 15% alcohol content. But that's, you know, you can see it's still there. So it's sitting at a good 14. So that lets you know, if you're drinking to get a little buzz, you'll get a buzz on something that has higher ABV. But when it says on the nose, the aromas is when you do the smell. And you always want to open up the wine by swirling it first. It's just going to bring all those aromas to the surface. And then you just put your nose in the glass. I definitely smell the black pepper. And what you smell is not always what you're going to the taste is not going to be exactly what you think. When you think of black pepper, you're not actually tasting. You're getting the flavor, the aromas. It's like, it's hard to really describe what that means, but you'll know as you grow in your wine journey what you're smelling, what you're tasting. And again, like one of my things I am 100% going to do in my chapter 50 is to register to take the WSET course, because I really love just the experience. Like I used to say in my wine videos, wine, it is an experience in a glass to me. It's not about drinking it because I've had a long day, or I mean, not to say I don't have a glass from a long day, but it's not my vice. It's not my crutch. It's not my God. It's a hobby. I enjoy it. I enjoy the whole thing about wine. But anyway, so I wanted to come back on here to I wanted to let y'all know what I was drinking. This is actually the last glass that's left, in which I'm trying to do better once I finish the bottle, is to not reopen anything until the weekend. So normally a bottle would last me, because I'm the only one that drinks the wine, it can last me 3 days. So take that for what it's worth. Judge what's in your glass and not what's in mine. Okay. So that's what I'm drinking. And again, you smell it just to set you up for what that taste may be like. And again, what you smell on the nose may not be exactly what you taste immediately. It may not be exactly what you taste immediately. And you might not even taste what you smell. But the mixture of the notes, the tannins, and the spices, and the stone fruits, and like all the things that they do when they create these wines, that's why it's like my plants. I get so intrigued by, just looking at how another leaf will come from another leaf. Like you would think that the leaf would grow from the soil, but each leaf creates another leaf and another leaf. So that's all the things that just intrigues me. But anyway, so that's what I'm sipping on. Cheers. And again, this ain't for the faint at heart. If you don't like bold, acidic wines, you're not gonna like this one. This is for all of my true Cab Sauvignon Blanc drinkers. Not Sauvignon Blanc. This right here is for my true Cab Sauv drinkers. Like if you like sweet reds and fruity, semi-sweet reds, this ain't for you. This ain't for you. It's chilly here. They just finally came in, figured out what was going on for our air conditioner. Now it's super cold. So lastly, from my Temu haul last week, and what made me remember to give y'all an update because I'm currently editing it. So the tank tops, they were a little too big up in here. So that'd be my problem. Like when I do get a large, it fits so tight on my midriff, and it fits perfect here, up here. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want it to be too tight where I feel like I gotta wear, you know, body shapers and stuff. Then when I get an extra large, it fits perfect on my, you know, torso, but it's baggy up in here. Just like with this dress, it's an extra large, it's a little bit baggier up in here, but I'm okay with that, you know, because it's a dress. So I did a return, and I don't know if I told y'all about this before, right? I don't know if because of how frequently I shop or whether or not Temu is just like, you ain't pay nothing for it, don't worry about returning it, sweetheart. Okay, so the 3 shirts came up to like $15, and I went to the return, I went to the shipment, to my order, click return refund, and then it lets you know whether or not your item is eligible to be refunded and kept. So basically what that means is they refunded me for all 3 shirts and I don't have to return them back to them. So if I did want to wear them just around the house or just gift them to somebody else, I can do that. So that's like the second return that I've done, and they've said like, oh, you don't have to return the product. If you get a refund, you get a refund and still keep the products. I'm like, where they do that at? Where they do that at? Okay. So I'm loving that. I have not at this point had to experience if I did have to physically return the products. Right now, they just always say, you don't have to return the products. Keep them and get this credit. Or I could get it credited back to my account that I use to pay. But because I stay shopping on there, I just might as well let that credit accumulate and put it towards my next order. Because I do have an order that's sitting right there that I need to pull the trigger on before I lose this good old discount on this one thing. But the dresses. Oh, I love the dress. I love how they lay on my body, but they're so sheer. So I definitely am just using them as house dresses, which is perfect because I can just put my cell phone in there when I'm going room to room, or my AirPods or what have you. So it's perfect for a house dress. If you go on vacation, you want it to be like a cover up to put over your bathing suit, it's perfect for that. But I just feel like it is too sheer. If, like I said, if you watch my video, I held it up and you can see my window and the plants through the dress. So you already know. You gonna see everything. Who is this? So press the 29th. Okay, y'all come through filling up my Thursday appointments. So what else in that order? Everything else was cool in that order. Still loving this fan. It comes with a stand, so I literally just keep this on my desk. It does have the charging port there, and it did come with a charger. And you got your 1-speed, 2-speed, 3-speed. And you can see there's a little light in there too. That's actually the battery light, but it looks cool because it comes up through there. So it has the 3-speed setting, and I just keep it on my desk. It's perfect up here. Okay, I just knocked my pretzels over. Thank goodness I was able to save the majority of them. And these are so good. So these are the honey mustard ones. And these are normally like about $7+ They sell them in Kroger, Walmart. And the first time I tried them when they were in, my girlfriend had bought them when we went to Total Wine. So I went to Kroger yesterday and they had them on sale for $5 and some change. And I was like, oh, getting these. So these are like sweet and savory. Nice little snacking. Nice little snackers. So anyway, I think I was talking about Temu. But anyway, I haven't had to physically return anything, which has been great, because you know, a lot of times you have to return things. You got to print the shipping label. You may have to pay for the shipping to return it and all those things. So right now, I can't tell you how their return policy works in regards to sending the products back. But definitely so far, it's like, it's a win-win. I get my money back and I get to keep the product. And I can either get the money to credit it back to my bank account or my credit card, or I can just get them to put it on my Temu account and use it for a later purchase. You can't beat that with a bag. But everything else, has been good. Like that little fake Lululemon bag, I haven't used it yet. But I mean, it's an aesthetic thing more so. Not an aesthetic thing. It's something that I would just wear like if I'm going on a walk or to the beach. Like, it's not, I would not use it as an everyday bag because it's super small. I don't even think my wallet would fit in it. But I've been pleased so far with all of my Temu items. I do have some household products that are, there go the thunder. I do have some household products that are coming through the affiliate program that I'm on. So that is kind of like a paid or sponsored, I guess, video, because I didn't have to pay for them, in which that is a blessing to be able to get to a point where I can start, getting products from companies and I don't have to pay for them. Like, that's a part of, what being a content creator / influencer is about. It's about, getting those campaigns, getting those sponsorships, getting those affiliate links that is going to help you grow your channel and also help you elevate financially, because it's a lot of work that we put into this, and I already feel like it's a lot, and I just do it part-time. So I can imagine if that's all that you did, having to edit the content, make sure and then you have to, like, for the ones that's sponsored or paid, you got to wait for the, brand to approve it. That's a lot of work, because then not only are you having to, I'm not going to say dumb down, but you're going to have to alter your creative eye and your creative views, because now you are promoting somebody else's product. So even though they have been drawn to you, and even though they have said, like, we want you to promote our brand, promote our product, because we like your videos and your audience, we feel like they would like it, it still has to reflect what their brand is about. So, I see why, and I understand why a lot of YouTubers have a certain aesthetic, the way they, do certain things, whether it's from having their nails neutral or having their hair, like, because when you are getting to those brand deals where you got, like, Gucci, Fendi, even Coach, like, when you starting to go get those more high-end brand deals, they want clean aesthetic videos and posts and photos and short film content, but they also want it to reflect you and your point of view as well. So having that balancing act, it is a lot. So, when you see your favorite content creators and influencers make some kind of adjustments, we all have to make adjustments when it comes to our careers, our businesses, especially when we have, certain clients or brands that are paying a little bit more. Like, I'm not going to charge my clients. I don't charge this, but say I'm charging you for $200 for a service. You have to also get an experience, because if you coming in there and you getting in the kitchen, bend your head over the sink services, and I'm doing a $200 service that, based on the experience in the atmosphere and the environment, should only be maybe $75. You have to make the adjustments, make the changes if you are doing things of that nature. But anyway, I always find a way to digress and to make one statement bigger than what it really was supposed to be. So, with that being said, I have, let's see. Yeah, I feel like I should be able to finish editing, because for me, the editing is the part, because I have to take that time away from my family. I have to take that time away from other, y'all see that lightning? I had to take my, time away from other stuff to do that editing. So once it's edited, it's easy, because once I got the thing, I can go on any of my devices, because I do all my editing on my laptop, and I do not like taking my laptop to work. And right now, I still have not figured, well, I haven't taken the time to really figure out the LumaFusion. I have it on my iPad, and ideally, if I could eventually get an iPad mini, the newer one, and use that for business stuff, and then the iPad Pro that I have, use that for my content creation and stuff like that, I can move some of the things, because like them apps be taking up a lot of space. So, being able to move things around so I can do X, Y, and Z. So let me get back, because I did say I was going to stop at 8. It's now 8:30. But the Hubs isn't here. He had to do a trip, not a trip, but he had to go out for his T-set to support one of his trainees that he's been training. And it's just me and little man. And so I don't know what he wants for dinner. And we do eat late around these parts, but I'll probably eat a salad. I'm still really not hungry, because lunch was very filling for me. But yeah, so let me go ahead and go, because day one is probably already an hour. My goal is to compact my vlogs a little bit, but it just seemed like every time I try to go cut something out, it's still a lot to talk about. But and the dress that I have on today and that you saw in the vlog, I don't think I really vlogged the whole dress. This is one of the Temu dresses. As you see, it's a little bit big here, but it's an extra large. And I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to do. I really don't feel like I should get a large, because I feel like it's going to be too tight around my waist. But prayerfully, one of these days, I can drop this 25 pounds, because these arms is looking like linebackers. So, yeah, I'm out. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, loves, and happy Tuesday. It is 9:03, and I am headed out for my doctor's appointment. I smirked because two things. I think they're yet again selling our community to another management company or what have you. Okay, why is there so many cars out? And I seen all the people walking around this morning. And then two, our pool was supposed to be open Memorial Day. What's today's date? Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad I don't rely on the amenities of the apartment where I live at. Anyway, so I'm up early on this Tuesday morning to go to my dermatologist appointment. And these are a pair of my Temu shades that I showed in my haul. I figured I'll wear them today since I have on like this olive color dress that I just threw on. But yeah, so I'm on the way to that. It's gonna be a lot of driving the first half of this day. in which, I mean, it's all good. So my doctor's appointment's at 9:30. Prayerfully, she be on time, and I don't have to wait because, y'all have heard my disgust with this dermatologist, and I blame myself because I should have been found somebody else, but I'm gonna definitely find somebody else before I have to go back again. And hopefully I won't need to go back again. Like, I really want to get off of these creams. I feel like now that I am doing the oral medication along with the Humira injection, I'm starting to see some clearing of my dark marks and less breakouts. I ain't put no earrings on this morning. So hopefully I won't have to see her again, but hopefully I can get at least a good 3 to 6 month supply. But more than likely on her, she's only gonna give me like 3 or 4 months supply of the clobetasol, because that's what I need when my breakouts are severe. When they're not severe, I can use the, I forgot what it's called, but it's like tromesosol, something like that. Just try something. I'll put it up on the screen. So for those of you that have the same condition or know someone that has the same condition, and I'm thinking about doing like a video completely dedicated to my psoriasis journey, because it's a lot of people that's dealing with it or dealing with something, autoimmune disease that's similar. But anyway, so hopefully this is the last appointment that I have to attend to with her. I do need to go ahead and find me a new rheumatoid doctor because mine is leaving at the end of this month. So that's a thing too. So I'm gonna really, let me see, Monday is the 3rd. So that's the day before the holiday. So I don't know if places will be open, but I'm gonna make calls on Monday. It'd be hard when I have when I have other stuff I gotta do. It throws me off my rhythm. Like, I have to make my phone calls like first thing in the morning, like when I don't have nothing else on my mind. But I do have a lot of admin type stuff to do today, for real. I'll just overextend myself. But Saturday, I'm not doing nothing. So I came back yesterday and said that I could not change my waxing appointment, and then I was like, well, I'll just push it out. But there is not even anything further out, because I was supposed to get it earlier, but my cycle came, and I've heard some people say they've gotten wax on their cycle if they use a tampon, but I didn't want to do that. So I rescheduled, and then me not thinking that I had closed. I thought I closed my book for Tuesday. I really did. But then I remember, because I'm taking off Saturday, I reopened it. So when my 4:30 had canceled, in my mind, I was like, well, ain't nobody gonna book no appointment because it was Monday. But the way my booking system works, you can book up to 24 hours before that, for the next day. So probably it had to be like right before 12 o'clock is when that girl booked her appointment. And I was kind of in my feelings, and I did kind of want to reschedule her, but I was like, it's a easy service, but again, it's about driving, because where I'm going right now is where on the same side of town as where the salon is at. My wax appointment is on the same side of town where I live at. I live in Midlothian. So that's like about, I'll be doing a lot of driving. To say the least. But what I decided to do, because I do need to wash my clothes, but I decided, since I don't want to leave out the house on Saturday, not unless the husband has something planned. think I'm gonna get a pedicure today. When I get off, I'm gonna ride by the place where I normally go, but I'm not gonna get the deluxe. I'm just gonna get the basic with the, I do need, but I don't want to spend that, because this has been an expensive week for self-care. Normally I stagger my self-care out because all of my self-care items are, in my opinion, pricey when you try to do them all together. Like this week, my nails, I got a full set with designs. I paid $65, which is really, really good, because I know people that pays $65 and up just for filling in designs. But then my waxing, that's $60. Then my doctor's appointment, because my doctor isn't covered under my insurance, that's $90. And then if I were to get my regular pedicure that comes with the upper body massage, that's $105. I ain't trying to spend that money this week. I'm just not. Plus, I didn't budget. I mean, I budget for my stuff that I have to do, but I ain't gonna do it. I might even go to the snail place that I used to go to, because they do good pedicures. So I just might go there. Yeah, I think that's what I might do, because I don't need nothing fancy today. I just need my feet did. Like, my new growth is pushing on, looking like, well, I'm being extreme. I was gonna say look like a French manicure, but I still got more toenail polish. Do you call it toenail polish? Because you can use it on your nails too. I would have more polish on my toes than I have new growth, but still I need to get them properly shaped, because I like to cut mine down myself, because I like my toenails short, because my toenails grow fast, and I got long toes, so I just think shorter toenails look better. And then everything, oh no, too short. And I apologize. I don't know why we do, like we mimic people's voices of how, but that's how I talk. Like even when I talk like how my husband talk or my bonus son, I always mark how they sound. So no disrespect to anyone, but yeah. Anyway, I did all that rambling to say is that this lady about to be on time. Because it's gonna literally take me about 25 minutes to get back over to this side of town to get my wax. And like if I could have canceled, I would have, but it was less than 24 hours and it just would not let me cancel. So yeah, I'm a little aggy about that, because I don't like driving. I drive out of necessity, but when it's like, I tell y'all, I'm a pattern person. I like to do stuff in patterns, and this is outside of my pattern. I'm leaving here to go there, and then leaving there to come back here, and then leaving back here to go back there. My husband do it all the time. Like from the guys that he trained, he has to train some of them on certain sides of town, because he'll come to where the trainees are sometimes. He'll go support events that his trainees are in. He don't mind. I do. If I could have a driver, I would. Like if somebody would say, what's one luxury thing that you would like to have as a everyday person? And that would be a driver at my dispense. To be able to afford to, like, and I ain't talking about Uber, I'm talking about with my own comfortable vehicle and driver that I feel confident in, that will get me to where I got to go anytime on demand. I don't know why this person in front of me keeps slapping on their brakes. It ain't absolutely nobody in front of them. I mean, well, it is, but that person ain't nowhere near them to be slapping on brakes. today is supposed to be a sunny day all day. No rain. I think I got bit by a mosquito. Yeah, y'all let the Slimer pass y'all real quick. That's what little man used to call the old school. Because it's green, he calls it Slimer. I love that color Audi. I love Audis, but I don't think I'm an Audi girl. I just really don't. It's too much. I don't know, maybe because I'm used to driving older model cars. But it seems like everything is electric. Is that what all the new cars are made out of now? I'm just old school. Give me an American car. So I can help make America great again. By supporting American-made businesses and manufacturers. But that ain't how they mean make America great again. They mean making the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And the ones that can afford to pay taxes not pay taxes. Yeah. But 13 minutes of me rambling per usual. Today is a no makeup day. I want to try to get more into them, especially now that my skincare routine is doing what it needs to do for me. And my skincare routine is super, super basic. Because what I realized was going through the random breakouts that I was having and with the psoriasis and stuff, I really don't need to do a whole lot of skincare, even to my body. Like, it's nice. Tag, I forgot to put on perfume. It's nice to do all the scrubs and all the body butters and all of that stuff is good. Trust me, I'm not knocking that stuff. But I realized as I've gotten older and I've started doing those things, my body just reacts different. You know what I'm saying? It just be like, bro, what you doing? Whereas, the Dove soap and the cocoa butter lotion, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel like, and this is just my personal opinion, I feel like we, and even myself, get so caught up in the trends and get caught up in the, being influenced. We don't take the time to see if what is influencing us is something that is going to benefit our lives. Like, what I need to be worried about is these fat ass arms. I'm gonna say it. I ain't even gonna bleep it out. And like, when my arms get fat, this is the worst one because I get that fat titty right there, or butt crack. Look like a butt crack. I need to get my whole entire life together. 50 will be here sooner than later, and I want to be walking into my 50s already at a healthier weight for me, already with a changed mindset, already making sure all the things that I need are in working order. There's no reason why I should be walking into my 50s and still trying to figure it out. I mean, we're gonna always try to figure it out, don't get me wrong, but I should be at a way different level. And this ain't me basing it on everybody else's level. This is the level that God been like, all right, boo-boo, I know I came in and showed you who you were later. No, let me rewind it. You allowed me, this is what God say to me, you allowed me to show you who you are later in life. You could have allowed me to do that earlier, but you had to open doors that I did not want you to open. You wanted to go back and peep in windows where you weren't supposed to even be looking in anymore. wanted to work that mediocre job because you didn't have the confidence to build your own. Like, these are all the things that he say. Like, it's my fault. I am not going to put it on the devil, because he is not going to, like, I'm tired of us as people and as Christians always giving the devil so much freaking credit. Like, he has no power or authority. He's just a manipulator. You know what I'm saying? And when we allow ourselves to be easily manipulated, we have to take half of that blame for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't choose wisdom and knowledge. We chose to be manipulated. We chose to be manipulated. He didn't make us. He just did what he did. He used his little cunning ways, introduced us to things that were exciting and new, but he knew that it won't go be good for us, and he knew that it was going to keep us from reaching our fullest potential. You know what I'm saying? Because he tried to manipulate Jesus, but Jesus was strong-willed. Of course, Jesus is different. He's set apart. However, Jesus showed us how to rebuke the manipulations and the attacks that the enemy would try to put upon us. You know what I'm saying? And so, a lot of it was my fault. Some of it wasn't, because I didn't know. You know, there's a difference between when you do know and you don't know. When you do know better, but you still choose to do wrong, that's on you. That ain't on nobody, baby. You can't say, oh, the devil made me do it. No, he didn't. It was you, because God showed you the right way. I'm gonna make everything into a song. It blows me when people see you trying to get over, don't want to let you get over. But yeah, so I started to say it's like a lot of my setbacks, a lot of my shortcomings, a lot of the lack and the levels that I'm supposed to be approaching and be at. A lot of it is myself standing in the way, not trying to break bad habits. Because the thing of it is, I know better. I just choose to not do better in certain and make excuses for it. And I mean, who doesn't? We're human, you know. But at the end of the day, we have to walk in excellence. And excellence does not mean imperfection. Excellence just means that you are walking to be the best version of who God has called you to be. Walking in your purpose that God has ordained for you. Doing the things that you need to do to pull you out of your sunken season. Doing the things that you need to do to get to the next level. Stop buying stuff on Temu, Keisha. Stop. That's $50, $40, $60 that you could have saved, Keisha. I'm tired of fussing at myself. I'm tired of being fussed at. I'm tired. So it's got, I have to. And so even with that being said, like, you know, being a content creator, some of your content a lot of time is driven by things. Is this my turn? Yeah. Sometimes, like I said, being a content creator is driven by the things that you buy, the things that you do. And that's why I try to be as realistic about, sometimes I don't have nothing to show you, but then I feel convicted and I feel like I should, you know, maybe buy something to show y'all, but that's doing a disservice to me, and it's doing a disservice to y'all, because some of y'all are in the same season that I'm in, where you're trying to store up your harvest so you can be able to have plenty when that season comes. So I don't know. This is like a random end of the month vlog. And I pray that July, God will reveal more things to me and bring more things to my remembrance so that I can do better and so I can be better for you all and for me. Because, baby, we are definitely living in the end times, and we do have to make sure that, oh, this doesn't have pockets. We got to make sure that we are doing the things that are going to keep us in survival mode when that day comes. Thank you, too. Bye-bye. Hey, y'all. So I am out of my appointment, and I am out in a reasonable time, and I'm on the highway. Okay? Like, listen. She earned her $90 a day. I don't have to go back to see her for another year. So prayerfully, I can find me a dermatologist within that time frame. So what I am about to do is, I'm trying to see. This is going to have me back over my side of town at 10:30. My appointment isn't until 11. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is finally return this daggone drip pan to Walmart. Because realistically, me going back home for 15 minutes just don't make sense. So I'm just going to go ahead and make the most out of this 30 minutes. I do need to call Dr. Love's office back because she needs to know about my dosage for Humira. So let me see if I can find her information. Alright, they got me on hold. So yes, I don't have to see her for another year. And so kind of what I thought was going on with my skin and my scalp is pretty much what she said. With everything that I'm taking, the Humira should actually replace all of my topical ointments eventually. So she is going to refill my clobetasol, which I really feel like I need to keep that as a safety net, because I do use it still when I have a flare. Hopefully the Humira will minimize my flares, and as well as the hyperpigmentation and stuff like that that's coming along with the scarring. But for the most part, what she was saying, eventually the Humira is supposed to eliminate me having to use any type of topical steroids. And that would be good, because sometimes I be feeling like a piece of fried chicken. But now that I don't have to put so much on, it's way better. But like in the beginning, I was all oily and greasy, and I was just like, Lord, stuff was sticking to me. So prayerfully, the Humira will help me eliminate all of the topical creams, and then I can just deal with, you know, having to take the medications to treat it. Now, it is a young lady. My client sent me her information. I need to watch the video, but she has the same autoimmune disease that I have, and she is sharing like the foods and things that she eats that has helped. So we're going to see how what she's talking about. Hopefully I can get off of the pills too and just do the Humira injections. Like, I'd rather just do the Humira injections. I'm still taking folic acid. But yeah, so let me go and get this gas. And I'm gonna sit here and burned a lot of time. If I have enough time, I'll go to Walmart and return it, because I need to return it ASAP. All right, loves, I am finished with my appointment, and I am headed to the salon. Let's see. Okay, that's not bad. What's that? All right, so I am, my bad, headed to the salon. I should get there like a little bit before 12 o'clock. But yeah, so if I have any subscribers that live in Richmond, Virginia, mainly over like Midlothian, Chesterfield area, if y'all are looking for a good esthetician, well, I'm gonna say this, a waxer, because I just go for my waxing, so I'm not sure all the things that she does. Make sure you go to the Bombshell at Commonwealth 20 and see Gaia. I think it's spelled G-A-I-A. Hold on, let me see. Hear the popos. I hear the popos. I hear them rolling. I don't know where they're coming from. I've only been to her twice, but when I say each time that I have been with her, been there, yes, it's Gaia. It's G-A-I-A. She is amazing. Like, the service goes by so fast because we be having genuine conversation. I know that sounds like crazy, but you gotta think about it. Getting waxed, having your legs up in the air and exposed is a very intimate thing. So, you know, having those conversations, Brandon, you about to go on my back. You know what I'm saying? Having deep conversations is acceptable. So, which way is this taking me? I was gonna take it right back right here. But yeah, so she is a really, really amazing young lady. Wise beyond her years. I'm pretty sure she's in maybe her 20s. I don't think she's quite 30 yet. If she is, super, super, super early 30s. But she's just an amazing young woman. And I know the Bombshell on Midlothian, well, Commonwealth 20 is considered the Midlothian location. They're only open Tuesday through, well, they close on Mondays, but they open up on Tuesday. I'm not sure if it's Tuesday through Sundays or Tuesday through Saturdays. But make sure you check her out. I will put her name up here so you can request her and tell her that Shakisha sent you. It ain't gonna get you no discount or nothing, but just tell her I sent y'all over there to her if you are in the RBA area, or even if you're visiting and you're like, oh, I need to get waxed, go to bombshell.com, pick the Midlothian location, and choose your girl Gaia, G-A-I-A. So I'm off to work. So I may film work. I might just time lapse it. My client that's coming, she's getting a healthy hair maintenance. So I might just time lapse the whole experience. I mean, I'm not gonna like lean into showing exactly what I'm doing. I might just set my camera up and let it just speed through it. Okay. I should have enough points to redeem. Let me see.
Sorry about that. Wait, what thing is started for you?
Question. Out of your new frozen lemonade refreshers, which one is the sweetest?
Good question. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
So here on the strawberry outside, probably going to be the sweetest.
The sweetest. All right. Can I get that in a venti? No, that's it.
Give me 698. We'll see you at the window.
All right, thank you. All right, so I'm trying the, what is this? The strawberry acai lemon refresher. That's my husband. He did a post of when he used to be a thug. He used to be a thug. Okay. Hello. Good. Alright. I'm gonna see if I have enough points to redeem.
Okay.
Redeem at register. Thank you. Can I get a straw, please? All right. Have a good day. All right, y'all. Me and my linebacker arms are going to try this. I was gonna go to Trader Joe's, but I ain't in the mood to go to the store. I already need to go because the boy wants spaghetti. I mean, I like spaghetti. I'm not in the mood to go to the store. Now, my affiliate order did come in from Temu, so I do need to film that. But I feel like it's some stuff that I need to buy in order to show a real good video. Lord. I was gonna try to take this light, but I love my life. So I got the venti, and because I had points, I was like, let me go ahead and just use my points, because I didn't know they started letting your points expire again. I thought that your points didn't expire. But that just shows how often I go to Starbucks now. Alright, so off the jump, it's already melting. I mean, I know it's warm outside, but it's already melting. So it's giving me the look is giving me high-priced slushy. Now let's taste it. It's good, I'm not gonna lie, but for, I think it was like, did they say $6.98? For almost $7, I would rather just go to Sonic and get one of Sonic's slushies. The thing that makes these refreshing, and I don't know if you know, you know, is that it's not overly sugary. And so when you're looking for something refreshing, you don't want anything that's gonna have a lot of sugar, because it's going to make build up on your tongue, and it's gonna make you even thirstier. Definitely refreshing. Again, it is good. I'm not knocking it, but for $7, it will definitely have to be one of those treat drinks. Definitely refreshing. just the right amount of sweetness. And the reason why I asked her which one is the sweeter of the 3 that they had up there, because they had a pineapple, dragon fruit, and then they had a mango. But I could have probably got the pineapple because in the details it did say it had a strawberry. Strawberry puree was in it. When I drink cold, it make my throat like I have to cough. But let me call and see if they bought the stuff for the spaghetti already. Hey, you at the Midlothian house?
Yeah.
Did y'all get stuff for spaghetti?
No.
Okay.
Please go to the store. Please get me a juice. Please get the tropical punch.
You don't got no juice.
No.
Oh,
I've been drinking body armors, that's why.
you need to switch it up. Alright, well, I'm gonna stop at the food line and get this stuff for dinner. Are you going in the kitchen and see how is that a whole pack of spaghetti noodles that's in that white basket? Please. It should be in the basket to your left. The basket to your left.
Yeah.
It's brand new?
Oh, no, it's not.
It's open. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. See you later. Alright. Yeah, like I said, I gotta pick up my package. They dropped it off at my rental office and they don't close until I think 5 or 6, so. Oh, these people at the grocery stuff. Alright, let me go in here so I can get in and get out because it is drizzling. Alright, loves, so I'm back home and what is this on my frother? Little man be making coffee now, y'all, so. And this is still my favorite frother. It has 4 settings. You have foam, froth, steam, and then you have cold. I really like this way better. I know I'm close to the camera. Better than the one that comes with the Nespresso. But I have we still use my Keurig. We still use the Keurig in our house as well. So I am going to make some spaghetti. The little big man, he has requested that I make spaghetti. So that's what I'm going to do. They love their spaghetti meaty. And I'm not gonna show me cooking. I'm just on here cooking and talking to you guys while I do that. And I'm also a snacker, so that's why I don't ever eat a lot. And most of the time when you cook, you end up snacking anyway. So I'm just making regular, traditional ground beef spaghetti. I'm going to dice up a green pepper and a white onion just for flavor. Green onion. And I mean, you can kind of see what I'm doing, but. And I like to use the press and seal to, I need a dump bowl. And when I'm cooking, I like to have a dump bowl. That way you can just dump everything in there instead of like having to go back and forth to the trash can. And it makes it a lot more sanitary. So I'm gonna probably use all of this green pepper. Not unless I dice it up real fine. But yeah, so request to make spaghetti, so I'm gonna make that. And normally when it's just me and the hubs, we can eat off it for a couple of days. But with a growing athlete in the house, there don't be no leftovers like talking about. And it'd be funny because my husband was like, you eat more than I eat. So yeah, so well, I went to my rental office to pick up my Temu package, and it wasn't there. My name wasn't on the list when they received it. So one or two things has happened. The mail person was super lazy today and said she dropped it off. Because this is she. I be seeing her. She said she dropped it off, but didn't drop it off. Or she dropped off at the wrong place. But I'm like, even if she dropped off at the wrong place, they should have been able to look and see this isn't our residence. Because there's another apartment building next to ours. But it wasn't at my door. It wasn't. I didn't look to see if it was down at anybody else's door. But my thing is, if you said you dropped it off at a front desk, a reception area, or a mailroom, that means you ain't leaving at nobody's door. So I have a problem with that. So just using a little bit of olive oil to oil my pan and to also keep it as close to an Italian dish as possible. And I like to dice my stuff really, really fine. Let me see. So you kind of see, I just go back over with a knife. I see one of those things that they're using to be like, shh, a mandolin, I think that's what it's called. I want one of those. Because one thing about my family, when they do eat green peppers and onions, it's got to be diced really, really fine. Almost like a paste. Or no, not paste, but almost like minced. So, pan is hot. And as much as I be like, I don't feel like cooking, it's super easy to cook for the Sims boys because they like basic seasoning, basic things. So it's not a lot on my plate. Down a little bit, and I like to season my veggies while they're in the pan, so every time I layer something I season it. And all I'm using is just Italian season, onion powder and garlic powder and black pepper. I won't add any salt until probably closer to the end. I mean, like once I add the meat. So while those are cooking down, I'm going to go ahead and dice my onion. I put my green peppers in first because they take a little bit longer to cook down than the onion. And look, when you be running out of Ziploc, and you can tell when somebody else that won't supposed to be cutting the onion, cut an onion because it ain't even cut right. And so I'm going to start off with one round. And what I like to do is cut it in half and then I flip it over. And it makes for dicing a lot easier. And then I just go and cut it like that. And as much as I like gadgets, I actually prefer to dice my own vegetables. I think maybe if I was having to dice things more frequently, or, you know, or large quantities of it, I probably would invest in getting like one of those chopper dicer things. And I used to have all those gadgets because when I had in a previous relationship, I cooked differently. I cooked with a lot of fresh herbs and a lot of, you know, things that required a lot of chopping and dicing and stuff. So I invested in those things because it made life easier for me. And I've always been a cooker. I love to cook. I mean, my dad used to cook. My stepfather, he still cooks, but he don't cook like he used to. Yeah, so this is just enough. I don't need to slice any more. And like I tell you, I like to clean and put away as I go. Oh, the seasoning looks nice and yummy in there. So I'm just going to add my onions. And I'm going to put it a little bit more than medium heat. And I know a lot of people don't like gas stoves, but I love cooking on a gas stove because you can control the heat a lot better than you can on a electric stove. It's like, it's either high, medium, or low, and then the in between is always like, oh my gosh, where is it going? And so normally how I would really like to make it, I know my head is cut off, I would like to put like fresh basil and all of that stuff in there, but I'm cooking for a different type of folks, and just adding a little more of the same 4 seasonings: pepper, onion, garlic powder, and Italian seasoning. But yeah, I decided to go ahead and cook now. It's super early because normally I don't cook until late. But one thing about spaghetti is that when you cook it, look at my bra. When you cook your spaghetti, just having the sauce and the meat do its thing and set for a while versus just eating it makes it more flavorful. Especially like the next day. Spaghetti the next day is just bomb. So I'm gonna dump. And I'm so upset. Like I had a little masher, even though I don't normally use a masher, but having it would have been great today. But I'm gonna be old school. I'm gonna just take the back of the fork and let it do what it do. I'll go ahead and just let y'all see what I'm doing. So yeah, so I decided to go ahead and do it because my husband is coaching a game tonight. He's a part of, it's called the, I forgot what it's called, but it's Luvs something. It's a basketball tournament that they do every year. It's a tournament that they do every year with pros and college basketball players. And so this year he's coaching, and our oldest son that plays professional ball in Brazil, he's on my husband's team. And it wasn't because he chose, it was just how the draft went, because they did a whole draft and everything. And then little man this year, since he's really into basketball, he is the ball boy. So I didn't go to tonight's game, and that's fine, because ain't nobody trying to come home late to cook. And what I also do, so now that I'm adding my meat, I add my sugar. So I add my sugar with the meat because once I start adding in the sauce, it's going to help cut that acidic taste that tomato sauce has. And then it's just gonna give, even though I don't have sausage in here, normally we would sometimes put like sweet sausage in here to also sweeten it up, but I'm not gonna do that. So it'll just kind of help when it's time to add the sauce. It won't be that much. It's like I said, my boys like meat, so I got 2 packs, plus I'm cooking for 3 of us versus 2 of us. Normally 1 pack will last me and my husband, because it's just us. And normally I don't even eat the leftovers, because I just make sure that it's enough leftovers for my husband, because I typically eat salads all the time. So I'm going to finish up this meat, and then I'll come back and talk to you all once I drain it and add the sauce. Alright, y'all, since y'all are probably invested in my spaghetti, I've drained it, the meat. And I have to go turn it down for a second, because once you start putting the sauce in, that's when it starts popping everywhere. So I just got the chunky tomato, garlic, onion, and then the traditional. And so normally I'll start off by like doing half and half. Because it'd be tricky, like they like it saucy, but they like it more meaty. And then what I actually end up doing is I actually end up putting it in the oven and do like kind of baked spaghetti. But before I do that, I like to add Parmesan cheese. And the Parm actually thickens it up a little bit too, and changes the color a little bit. But I do this to start off, almost making it like how you would do with lasagna, making it more like pasty. And then this way I just add a little at a time. And then all I'm going to do is just let this set, and I won't make the noodles until they get home, because they'll both have to shower. And then that way all of this would have marinated nicely. Get that sauce, make it all saucy. And then of course I will add sugar, because the joint be dry, mad acidic for real. And I won't turn it up on medium, like a little less than medium, until I get everything all put together, because this stuff start bubbling and that sauce be like popping everywhere. So I'm going to taste a little bit of it once I get it to the sauce consistency, because you have to keep in mind that once you put the noodles in there, it's going to soak up some of the sauce. And I probably could actually end up using all of it. And this tomato, garlic, onion is kind of sweet, so that's a good thing. I don't know if they changed their recipe. All right, so we're going to just taste a little bit of it. Let's go and add some more. I don't want to add too much more of this, because it almost has like a little smokiness to it. Never can do too much garlic or onion powder. And I'm going to do a tad bit of the sugar, because for some reason, I don't know if it's because of how I season that meat. Baby, I seasoned that meat. It ain't look seasoned, but it was seasoned. And I just like to kind of go around the edges and fold. And I guess you could stir it too, but it's just something about me cleaning the sides off. I don't like having a whole bunch of stuff on the sides. That's just my OCD tendencies. So let's try this a little bit more. Yeah. A little bit of house seasoning. It's actually a seasoning blend, but I call it the house seasoning. I use it. They don't be knowing. You be like, don't use all that stuff. Like, for real, if my husband could cook without salt, he would. But some stuff you need to add salt. I'm just saying. All right. I'm feeling like, I almost feel like I want to just use all of the sauce. Let's just use all of the sauce. Because once I add some more Parmesan cheese to it, it's going to thicken. Now, you know, back in the day, we used to put water in the and I think my husband still does that. Put water in the jar to get every last drop. But I stopped doing that a long time ago because it just dilutes the flavor, and then you end up having to add more seasoning. So I just don't do it. Yeah, this is perfect. Still meaty, and then once I add those noodles, the noodles is gonna soak up some of this sauce. Yep. It's about that Parmesan cheese that just soaks up the sauce, but I have to be very mindful because it will give it a paler red. I still want it to have a nice red sauce consistency. Let's try it again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But I will say, ground beef tastes a lot different. And me and my husband was just having this conversation that we were going to stop eating it. And I can taste that it just tastes different. I don't know if it's because I've been eating these right here, but it's just something about it just tastes different. So we're going to turn it on medium. I'm going to add some pepper. And I know what I did forget, which is the Sims must-have crushed red peppers, girl. And because I didn't add it in, normally I add it in to the meat. I know this looks like a lot, but it's not. So we like spicy spaghetti. Spaghetti. And it's really not spicy. For real. So we're going to add that in there. It looks so good. So, do one more stir. And do my final taste. And I'm going to let it set. Yeah. This is good. So we're going to put this lid on and just let it do its thing. But anyway, so I'm going to end the vlog. Well, I'm going to end my portion of the vlog. And then I will come back and show me plating it. I'm going to serve it with some garlic bread. I was going to do a salad for myself, like a small garden salad. But I think I'm just going to do the pasta tonight. And that's it. I still got my sunglasses on here. But the wine that I will be drinking with this is a red blend. This is the El Duca Imperial Red. It's a California semi-sweet. So it's going to have a little bit of sweetness to it. It's not, I can't remember. I tasted it at a tasting. And I think this is like one of those red blends that everybody will like, whether you are a sweet or a dry. Well, I'm not going to say dry because some dry people just don't want anything sweet. But I think if you like reds, you'll love this. And this is from, I got it from Total Wine. And this is, it's a California, like I said. It doesn't have a vintage, but sometimes when you have blends, it doesn't have, what, at least what I have been finding. If anybody on here is a wine connoisseur, enthusiast, or certified, let me know in the comments. But typically in my findings, when I get a blend type of wine, it doesn't have the varietal. And I'm assuming the reason would be because you're blending different varietals, different grapes. So one grape might have been harvested in 2020, another grape in 2019, and if they have a third grape, that might have been in 2022. And then when they blend it all together, you really can't have multiple years. I mean, I guess you could, but it doesn't, you know, make sense. But another indicator, if you're trying to determine how bold or how dry a wine is, well, I'm not even gonna say dry, because you can have some sweet wines that have some dryness to it as well. But it's the ABV, the alcohol by volume, or ALC. It's all types of ways that they call it, but it's 12%. So typically, when you have lower alcohol contents, typically it's because the wine is sweeter. That's typically from my experience. Again, I'm not certified, I'm just an enthusiast, so I'm sharing the things that I'm learning along the way with my journey. But typically when you get under 13%, it's gonna either be semi or it's gonna be sweet. That's just been my experience. So when you're out shopping for your wines, you know, look for if it says semi-sweet or if it's a low ABV or ALC. Look for those things to determine the level of sweetness. And blends are normally really good transition wines for anyone that's trying to transition either to reds or to whites. There's a lot of people that just drink straight, you know, Cab Sauves and Pinots and Syrahs, and it's people that just drink straight that, and they've never came over to the light. And so transitioning them over there, you got to find something where it's not going to be too sweet, or, you know, different things like that. And even like if you are sweet or just a white wine drinker, because typically it's more sweet whites than there are sweet reds. There are a lot of sweet reds like Lambrusco. That was the first sweet red that I had ever got introduced to. And I can remember like it was yesterday. It was a Valentine's Day dinner and we went to the Olive Garden. That's when the Olive Garden was popping before it became real commercialized. And I was like, this is good. And that's the first time I found out you can take open bottles of wine home with you, because they seal it and put it in a thing. Because it was like, well, if you don't finish it, you can take it home with you. So I think that's kind of one of the things that kind of set me off into like liking wine. Because I'm like, oh, wow. Like I just automatically assumed all red wines were just like, and all white wines were sweet. Plus, I mean, you got to remember, I grew up, I was born in the 70s, and so by the time I was able to drink, it was the 90s. We were doing Boom Farm, Suda House, or was it Suda Home? Is that wine? That's like grown up wine coolers. So yeah, so I think I can turn it up just a little bit. So that's what I'm going to drink with my dinner tonight. I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator because they probably won't be home till like about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So there's no need for me to even start on that. But I'll probably start on my wine. And I typically, when wine has to be chilled or cold, I put it in the freezer, especially if I know I'm going to drink it sooner than later. I'm going to put it in the freezer because I'm going to take my shower And by the time I'm done in the shower, it should have chilled at a great place. I got my wine glass over here that I use all the time. Like, I have lots of wine glasses, but I have a couple that are just my favorites, just like because of how they're shaped. Like, look how pretty this is. I just rinsed it out. But, I mean, it's like, the shape is so pretty. But I want one like this with a longer stem. Like, I love a long stem. But the downfall to a long stem is depending on how heavy your pores are, it'll be heavy. So that's why people tend to hold their wine glass like this. Like, this is sexy. Like, yeah, baby, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? This shows that you have wine knowledge when you hold it by the stem. And this really shows that you really got it down when you can hold it by the base. But when you're holding your wine glass like this, this shows that you have had some level of wine education. Because, like I said, everybody knows, when you start learning about wine, you learn that your temperature of your hand will change the wine. Now, it's one thing, like, you know, if it's like, it's easy because when you're out of a crowd and you're talking to hold it like this versus in the crowd holding it, talking like that. So I think that's why a lot of people have become accustomed to holding it like this, is because they are out and they're, you know, casually having a conversation, and it's just easier. You see how I flow so much easier like this. But if I do like this, it just looks awkward, like I'm about to drop it. So if you find yourself holding it like this, because I do as well, if you're doing like more room temperature wines, it's cool. But when you have wines that are temperature based, where it has to be chilled, or if it has to be, you know what I'm saying, it can change how your wine tastes. Just like even where I got my wines at in my room really is not a great place. But the way the sun comes in my room, it comes more like straight and then out. So it doesn't really span on my wine. And they even tell you don't store your wine in your kitchen, because with the temperature of the stove, that temperature will change the wine, and it could even possibly cause the wine to go bad. Like, you will know when your wine is bad. That's why after you open any kind of bottle, you want to always store it in the refrigerator. Sometimes I don't do that. I'll be the first to say, but whether it's a wine that is supposed to be room temperature or not, you always want to store it in the refrigerator for the time frame that it says that you can store it. And so for the ones that you do have to drink room temperature, another trick, that's gonna be a long vlog for no reason again, but so say you have a wine, like most cabs and most like Shiraz and Merlots, like heartier red wines, they're best served at room temperature, because you're able to taste all of the, you know, notes and tannins and all of that stuff. So a trick is, and two, you want to aerate your red wines, because it's just the sediments and things could start settling and change the taste. And so you want to aerate it. So I have, this is what I use to aerate my wine. I got them off Amazon. I'll leave the link, but I have a, y'all would have thought I was drinking already. I have a link that is for everything wine in my Amazon storefront. But I keep these. So typically what I do is, if I have my wine in the refrigerator and I want a glass, so I can wind down or have with my meal, or, you know, just because I just want to have a glass of wine, I will normally come home, and because normally when I come home, I come straight to the kitchen, because I'm either dropping off groceries or bringing my lunch bag in here from work or what have you. So I'll get my wine out the fridge. I will open it, and depending on how, so this is the thing, like, I know I sound all over the place, but I feel like I got to share this information. So depending on how soon you're going to drink the wine. So if you know you're going to drink it sooner, then you want to go ahead and put this in, pour it in your glass so it can come to room temperature in your glass, and also it can do additional aerating while it's sitting there. But if you know that you are going to wait a little while, but you want to have the chill off, you can leave it in the bottle, just take the top off and put this in there. And so when it's time to pour, it's ready to pour. Little tips that I've learned along the way. Dang it, this gonna be another 2-hour video. I know it is, because this is 20 minutes and the other one was 20 minutes. And July, I'm gonna do better. This is my last June vlog. This is my last vlog as a 49-year-old in the month of June. And July gonna be better. It's gonna be better. I'm still healing. I'm still recovering from, you know, that shooting. And that shooting just kind of opened up the door to other feelings and emotions that I had not fully addressed in my life because I never had to. So I'm thankful for the trauma because it's allowed me to work on so many other things, you guys. So many other things. So I will see y'all next time. And again, like, subscribe button, and notification bell.
The sum of my mistakes, can I catch a break to breathe? Not a perfect man, but I understand the journey. So I'll write another song to right another wrong. Oh my. It's a game of live and learn. I loved and then return to try.